So hopefully very quickly here, because my battery on my phone's about to die. Smart TV, yeah, I can control it from the phone. Kind of nifty little deal. I'm in the Cambria Hotel, downtown Houston, Texas. After delivering that little red pickup thing that I'll show you from Springfield, Ohio to Houston. I'll show it to you in the thumbnail most likely. And I'm going back through my inventory again, and some of you liked the inventory video before, some don't. Just showing you what I kind of pack along with me so you can maybe get ideas of what you should have and what not. I have different key cards, that way if you sneak into a hotel to get breakfast here or there, you can put a key card down on the table, and then it kind of, as long as you have the matching one that the desk has, you know, people wouldn't know the difference. It kind of tells you that you belong there. Tells them that you belong there. When in fact you're poaching breakfast or whatever. 2 phones and touchpad. I got one of the phones I'm using right now. I just bought some new pens because those ones are dying. I'm gonna throw those out, I think, and keep the good ones. My plates, my decals, work paperwork, and zip ties. I keep the little zip ties for the ladders on the back of the RVs. You can zip tie the plate too, and then I keep the heavier duty zip ties for emergency purposes. They'll get you a few miles down the road, but very often, not very often, depending on how rough the road is. So I ended up buying, again, another set of straps from Lowe's this time, and then that's a high visibility vest, so that when I'm out there on the road having to strap stuff down on the back of incomplete chassis like I show you in this thumbnail, I have the proper equipment to do it with, so I am visible from the road. That's a RV mattress mat from that damaged RV that they didn't want, that they told me I could keep, and I don't know, I might throw it out. I haven't used it. I've just been packing it around. This is part of the reason why I'm doing inventory, is to see what I do use and don't use, and then ditch it along the way if I don't. Because why pack stuff around if you're not going to make use of it? So that's the hat I use when I'm walking around like downtown Houston or wherever in big cities, and you don't want name brand stuff on, drawing attention to you and having a bunch of people asking you for money and whatever. And that's the hat I use at hotels for the exact opposite reason, so it looks like I do have money, because of name brand, no North Face. I have my 2 go bags that I put food or extras in. That's usually been my work bag lately. With all the work stuff, I'm gathering more and more work stuff, as you can see, and ended up with an actual bag for work. My clothes are over there. You got the puff jacket, the sweater, and then the raincoat on top. My layering system for 80 Bauer. AC wall outlet sometimes, so you can charge stuff directly. And then I have a backup version of that that's also the battery, independent battery from Anchor, to charge my cell phones as a backup plan if need be. But I find between all my transporting that just using the DC connection most of the time in the vehicles, and then having the AC on it right there, as you can see, is enough really between the buses and the vehicles and stuff. But this is backup in those short distances between when I have a vehicle and when I'm on a bus and plane and whatnot, to get me through until I can get to the next power outlet while I'm on the go. I've been using a lot of movies, watching movies on the tablet and my 2 phones. I have one phone just specifically for work, because there's 2 tracking apps that the work uses, both Just Drive and the e-logs that track you all the time, and it runs your battery down. And so I keep it on a cheaper phone for that reason, so that my S20 doesn't get run down as fast, because those tracking apps just drain the battery. 2 pairs of glasses. I have the regular glasses and the sunglasses, both prescription. My passport, I've yet to use that. Sunglasses cleaner, markers. A watch that I'm debating whether or not I should keep it or not. It was only 10 or 12 bucks at Walmart. I hardly ever, if ever, use it. Thinking about ditching it. I don't know. Hand warmers just in case, because you never know, having to wait outside somewhere, and hand warmers come in handy if you can just heat your limbs, your hands, your toes, or your top of your head while you're having to stand out in the cold. It makes a difference, and so I always pack hand warmers on me just in case. I have a couple shavers, because I just got a shaving kit the other day. Razors, to shave with again. My wallet, of course, that everybody comments on, the $100 bill wallet. Everybody likes it. That's spray, like I said last time. I'm not going to spray it off in the room now, because they got some pretty room spray they used, so I don't want to screw my room up with it. But basically it makes fresh scents on your clothes, so that even if you haven't gotten to do laundry lately, you could smell clean, if not actually clean. Neck gaiter, you'd be amazed what just warming your neck up, how much a difference that will make. Various pills and cutlery that I keep when I do DoorDash orders. More than half the time they don't bring a fork, so when I do get them extra forks and stuff, I tend to keep them just so I have it instead of having something that is finger food or not finger food, and then you need a fork. Work paperwork that I'm going to put in the new plastic binders that I got right there, so it's easier to display for DOT when I go into mostly the Wyoming DOT checkpoint thingy where you need to pay for a permit. And put all that stuff in there, so I'm not having to wobble through papers. I can just show them the paperwork that's nice, even flat surface that's on a hard plastic. Easy to read, hard plastic things, flip around and see. Make their life a little easier, would make my life a little easier. I would hope. The dog collar goes in the back of box trucks just in case you, like, especially when you're shuttling vehicles just the 20 miles from the factory to the staging lot for quality. Occasionally when you do that, you just slap a dog collar on it and use the zip ties to hold the plates with the dog collar holding everything together onto the van so you can easily take it back off and back on at however many different vehicles you need to do throughout the day when you're shuttling vans if you need to. Wireless Bluetooth, I might get the oversized noise canceling headphones again. I'm not sure yet. Always have a wired backup copy because that duplication is nice to have when you're in bus stations and where you're having to wait. And on the bus and everything, I don't want to be one of those guys that's annoying everybody else playing their speaker on the phone. So I have earphones. I might get a second pair of shoes. I'm debating whether or not I should be packing them around or not. I have 2 pairs of socks because the old hiker's trick. You use 1 pair on your feet, and then if you get cold, you can use the second pair as your gloves. Otherwise, it's always also handy to have at least 2 pairs of socks on you so you can change your socks out and your feet don't smell. $150 hiking sleeping bag, good down to about 40 degrees with my layering system on. And then just some extra clothes, my big bag that everything was in. Pair of blue jeans, because when I go to places like the bus station downtown here in Greyhound and Houston tends to just be full of homeless people and whatnot, I want to look a little less made of money, so to speak, and so I purposely have clothes that are not name brand, generic clothes. And then recently I've added a jacket for that same reason, so that I'm not outside advertising when I'm made of money or not, or whatever, so you don't get begged on the street and whatnot. So it's nice to have a regular jacket, but lately I've noticed that I've needed warmer weather stuff, and then I purposely bought that one. I'm between XL and starting into 2XL, starting to get fat, but I bought a jacket that's 3X purposely because the sweater is XL, the long sleeve shirt I'm wearing is XL, and then the puff jacket is 2X, and the overhead coat I believe is 2X. But the general idea is I can put this on over top of all of that if I have to, or this can go on the layer before the raincoat, so that the raincoat's on the very top for bad weather like it was raining today. And either way, it has enough room that it doesn't catch my armpits and shoulders and stuff. When you layer up clothes and you get more than like 4 layers in, it gets a little catchy on your armpits. 8-minute video. My phone's about to die. I just wanted to give you a quick view, or try to give you a quick view of the 8th floor of Cambria Hotel and Suites in Houston, downtown Houston. And then I'm gonna go down to the bar later on after I get my work done. I'm gonna work on that, putting those work files in, and I organized my other work stuff earlier. But like I say, I always do an inventory again just to see what I could use more of, what I could leave behind, and that way you're not packing stuff that you never use. And right now on the list is that watch, because for 10 or 12 bucks I've been packing it every day, and I hardly ever use it because I have the 2 phones and tablet, and I'm always looking at something that has time on it, so I don't know if I'm gonna keep that watch or not. Debating throwing it out, or not throwing it out, but leaving it as a generic housekeeper tip, as they say. Same deal with this. This might get thrown out too because I haven't used it in the 3 weeks I've had it. Been packing around. I used it once in the bottom of a box truck instead of having to get cardboard or whatever to keep the metal underneath, and it worked good for that. It's padded enough to be able to do that, but other than that, I haven't packed it. I haven't used it more. Just been packing it around, and I think the amount of space it takes up, I just don't see the reward for the effort, so to speak, and so it might get thrown out. Lotto tickets I have yet to check tonight. Don't play, can't win. It's a poor man's lottery. poor man's tax, they call it, but if you don't play, you can't win, so. Various different hotel key cards, like I said before. The reason why I packed them around is so you can fit in anywhere, even if you got to loiter in the lobby for a little while, somewhere while you're waiting on a bus or something, you know, in those instances when you're waiting to get paid. Like in this career, it seems like I'm waiting to get paid twice a week, or not, once a week at least. And so in the meantime, while I'm waiting to get paid, you can throw a card out like this on the table in the lobby someplace, and as long as it matches what they have at the desk, you know, people don't question you as to whether you belong there or not, or whatever, whatnot. Same thing with the plates. You can use those at the truck stops. Set your transporter plates out, and people don't question whether you should be in the driver's lounge or not. So that's the gist of the video. Like and subscribe, leave comments, and share the video if it helped you any, and hopefully it will help others, I hope. And check out the merchandise below in the description below, and I'll catch you on the flip. Peace.